Hello and welcome to another stream of Resident Evil 3, the original, to celebrate its 25th anniversary. Hey there, Dr. Darling. Welcome on in. Namu!
My landlord said he wants to talk with me about my high heating bill. I told him my door is always open.
That might be why. Good one, dude. Thanks for redeeming those. Alright, so what I had to do is I had to look at a guide and I had to take the information in that guide and then reconstruct it in Notepad in a way that made me easily able to understand it and edit it to add notes in that I need to be aware of to try and help things to be more easy to deal with. And I also had to go over my first VOD to take a log of all the actions that I made, the saves that I reloaded, when I reloaded a save, what I had done before, and all that kind of stuff, in order to make sure that one save file is going to have Nikolai being the one we meet at the gas station early in the story, making sure that another save state had the choice where we meet Carlos at the gas station instead. And so I'm doing a split stream today. So this first stream will just be focused on trying to get the outcome to be the one where we see Carlos at the gas station. But before I do that though, I also realized that I didn't show the ventilation shaft when you hide in the basement in the grill restaurant. I didn't show that. So what I'm going to do at the top of this stream is I'm going to reload a save state that I made before going into the restaurant. I did that off stream. And what I'll do then is I'll showcase all the different variations of your choices, but I'll end with the choice that guarantees that it'll be Carlos that we see at the gas station. And then what I'll do is basically, when I get up to the gas station and do that part, that's where I'll end the stream. Or I might do a little bit more after that, depending on how long that takes. But I'll be streaming, try to go for a 2-hour stream, and then come back later for another one. Dr. Darling, you're leaving in 1.5 hours to take care of your mother, last week of therapies. Well, that's good that you've been there for her to be able to do that as well. I'm sure that she appreciates it a lot, being able to do that, and it's definitely understandable, having to do other things and not be able to watch all the streams. That's definitely fine. Hey there, Keone, welcome. How's things been? Good to see you in chat again. Dr. Darling, RDR2 is on a 65% discount until 4th of 4/11, which means you'll be buying it. Hell yeah, that's great. That's a good discount. That's really cool. Okay, so what I need to do is reload save state 3. So this is the one that I did off stream to get back up to this Grill 13 part. And in the first VOD, I already covered some of the choices, but ultimately I ended up getting Nikolai at the gas station. So now I'm going to make sure to get the choices where Carlos appears, but I'm going to use this opportunity to re-show what you can do in the kitchen. Dr. Darling, you have a plan, but so does Dutch. He always does. He's always got a plan. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is show the version of the scene where we meet Carlos when we exit the ventilation shaft. So we'll go hide in the basement, which I didn't actually show because I didn't realize. Then when I found out that there was a shaft to go through, I was like, oh, okay. So I'll show that first. Just before I do that too, for those who are watching the first VOD, there will be some things that I'll be redoing, but I will get to a point where I'll be resuming at a certain point afterwards.
What's that?
Calm down, lady. I'm no zombie. My name's Carlos, Corporal of Umbrella's Biohazard Countermeasure Force. What's your name?
Jill, did you just say you belong to Umbrella's army?
Yeah, we came all the way out here to save you civilians. But the mission went bad the minute we landed.
Wait, how did he find me? This way.
There's a ventilation hole. It seems to be large enough for a person to enter. Will you escape through the ventilation hole?
Wait, I have to ask you something.
I know. You want to ask me out? All the foxy ladies love my accent. It drives them crazy.
What? Keep dreaming. Tell me, why did Umbrella send your team in?
We're here to rescue the civilians.
Don't lie to me. Umbrella is the reason why this whole mess began.
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. Do you really think the master would tell his dogs why they have to retrieve the stick he just threw? If you want answers, you should talk to someone else. I am not with Umbrella. We'll have to finish this later. Believe it or not, we're only here to rescue the civilians. If you can trust me, then help us. Think about it.
Alright, so that's something that I didn't do in part 1 of this stream playthrough, was to show that you can exit through the ventilation shaft, and that's what you get. Alright, so next order of business. I need to reload that same save state again, but this time I'm going to show the version again, not using the ventilation shaft. But I'm going to
What's
skip
that?
this dialogue here because we've already heard it.
Calm down, lady.
Wait, how did he find me? This way.
So this is what happens if you don't use the ventilation shaft. Now you can either just climb back up the ladder automatically, like on your own, or if you wait long enough, it'll automatically happen.
Follow me.
Wait. I have to ask you something.
I know. You want to ask me out? All the foxy ladies love my accent. It drives them crazy.
What? Keep dreaming. Tell me, why did Umbrella send your team in?
We're here to rescue the civilians.
Don't lie to me. Umbrella is the reason why this whole mess began.
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. Do you really think the Master would tell his dogs why they have to retrieve the stick he just threw? If you want answers, you should talk to someone else. I am not with Umbrella. Believe it or not, we're only here to rescue the civilians. If you can trust me, then help us. Think about it.
Alright, so that's the variation if you run into the basement, but you either climb back up the ladder or you just wait until Carlos is like, follow me, and you go back up the ladder anyway. Now I want to reload the same save state again, but this time show what happens when you hide in the kitchen. Now I've already shown this in part 1, but since I'm showing one of the options that I forgot to do in the last stream, I wanted to make sure that I showed them all one after the other. So this time we're going to actually choose to hide. But I will skip some scenes and stuff we've already heard.
What's that? Wait, how did he find me? Over here.
Are you crazy? You could have barbecued both of us.
I need to ask you something. Why did Umbrella send your team here?
Our mission is to rescue the civilians.
How kind of you. Considering Umbrella caused all this in the first place, those liars!
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. No time for talking. If you can believe me, then join us. Think about it.
Alright, so there's a different variation because we chose to hide in the kitchen. Alright, so that's what I forgot to actually show in the last stream related to this part, which was going down into the basement and going through the ventilation shaft as well. Now, looking at my notes, now that I've done that stuff, the hiding inside the kitchen option, that is the one that I now need to make sure I keep saved. Because hiding in the kitchen means that when we get to the gas station, we should have Carlos appearing at the gas station this time around. Now, alright, so I need to play on this save state now until I get to the gas station and make a save on save state 2 to override the original. Okay, so that's what I had in my notes, but I can start to do that now. So what I'll do now is start saving this progression on save state 2, because save state 1 has been the one where we meet Nikolai at the gas station. I had to go back over my VOD to double check and make a log of all the choices I made, including what saves I did, so I could know, okay, this is the game save that has this outcome on it where we meet Nikolai at the gas station, so I can differentiate it from the game state that has the one where we actually see Carlos at the gas station, which is what my focus will be for this stream. Alright, so save state 2, save over that. There we go. So a lot of what I'm going to do from this point up until I say otherwise is something that I've done before, but this time around I need to do it again because what I chose just now ensures that Carlos will appear at the gas station. Alright, so I'm aware that the fuse that I need I've already gotten. For those who are watching the VODs, if you didn't read the description, which I will put in the VOD, it's so funny when streaming and you're exporting your VODs to another platform. It's like having to try and think about not only what you want to say for the people watching live, but think ahead to say things for the people watching later. But if someone is watching this in the VOD and you didn't read the description, in the description I'll have a timestamp that will be the point where everything that I've already done that you saw in part one will have already been done again, because there is a lot of stuff that even though there's going to be a different person we see at a different point based on whichever save file I'm on, there will still be sections that are pretty much the same. So I'll put a timestamp in the description of this VOD for those on YouTube, just in case you missed it in the description before starting this VOD. Alright, so I thought I'd just do that management while I think about it. Hey there, RV. It's going good, thank you. Things are going well. How about yourself? Hey there, Foxenheim. Good morning. How's things? It is, yeah. I can't believe it's another game that is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. A game that was the first in this series that I ever played. It's the same with Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. That game came out the same year as this, and it's also celebrating a 25th anniversary. And it was also the first entry in that series that I actually played too. So the the fate of me playing a Tomb Raider and a Resident Evil game converged in the year 1999 to play the most recent entry in each franchise at that time, back when it came out. This is the only game where dogs are worse than an Elden Ring. I haven't actually played Elden Ring yet. In fact, I haven't actually played any of the other ones that From Software have done. But I have had games where dog enemies can be annoying. I like it when you can actually just knock them out. In these dogs' cases, they're zombie dogs, so they're not, they're dogs already dead. But in games like Splinter Cell, I prefer to just knock out the dogs. Ava, you're doing well enough. Today, though, you face the consequences of your night owling. God, you want to dig a grave to sleep in? You might need to get a coffin, Ave. That might have the same sort of like outcome, and you don't have to get dirty. You can have it like in comfort, just like a vampire. Ave dogs, Elden Ring are well. That's something have to look forward to then, I guess, when I eventually get to that game. Ave, why not both? Have a coffee and a coffin while you're coughing. Coffee, coffin, coffin. And fill up your coffer while you're doing that too. This is something I forgot, so this is good that I did it now. This is what happens if you don't have the bronze book. We must channel our knowledge to the future, for it shall always show us our greatest destiny. Foxenheim, that's awesome. You loved Tomb Raider as a kid. The first time you played it, it was a bootleg copy without any cutscenes or music. Man, those were the days. That would have been very trippy too, especially when you got out of one part of the game's world and got into another location without any explanation. It's just like, oh, okay, so Lara's now in Egypt. Alright, cool. Hey there, Stan. You googled and coffin-shaped coffee mugs exist? Really? It is so funny. Just when you think someone might have not thought of something, Google is like, ah, this person did. How's it going, Stan? Foxenheim, the dogs in Elden Ring is hectic, hard to dodge. They do insane damage and they have bleed, which is insane on its own. Oh no. Yeah, I haven't had much experience with games that have that as an effect, but Assassin's Creed Origins, I've seen the bleeding effect on enemies, so I can imagine having that put on you as the player is definitely annoying too. Raccoon City Mayor, Michael Warren. Dan, you're munching on crackers and pretending to work. Well, I hope you're enjoying the crackers. Going well, Stan. Things are going good. Had a bit of an issue with this game in terms of like missing some things I wanted to showcase, so I had to go back over and look at my VOD and then cross-reference a guide and then set up a whole step-by-step thing of my own, so I don't have to keep on going to the website and all that kind of stuff. That's why I didn't stream this game yesterday. I haven't, Ave, no. If you can whisper it to me, then I'll be able to see the link, because at the moment the link's blocked. Foxenheim, you haven't played any of the Resident Evil remakes. You already bought most of them. Very excited to one day play them. Oh, well that's good. Well, at least you'll have them all then, and then that way you can do like a marathon as well. Cheers, Ave. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is the Raccoon City Press building. I already showcased in part 1 of this playthrough what happens when you go there to meet Carlos instead of meeting him at the Grill 13 restaurant. Ah, that's right. I forgot to get the thing at the grill. Good thing I made a save there. Save state. Forgot to go down here and get the gem. Okay, that's weird. Did I already get the gem and I have it in the inventory box? That's weird, because I could have sworn if you come back down here, he has a gem. Nope. Okay. Maybe the gem isn't there if you choose to hide in the basement. I mean, to hide in the kitchen. That photo that's there, I've already got that on the other save state. Gonna have multiples so I can keep track of which one I've done what things on, so I know which characters have turned up in which spots, depending on choices made earlier. Hey Mr. Goatee, how's it going today, dude? That's right, yep, already been redeemed. Yeah, Dr. Darling's be like, I'll be back, and he will be back. Only in a rerun. One of the times when someone had a comeback for him saying that was the Running Man. He says, I'll be back. And then Killian's like, only in a rerun. Indeed, Mr. Goatee. You want stars? I'll give you stars. Alright, so now I realize what I've done. Because I started the game over again and then created a third save state, I probably forgot to get the gem when I restarted the game. So I'm going to go back to the RPD. Ah, fuck, hang on. I remembered I needed to interact with the computer, but then I remember I needed to use the card. I don't have a card. It's in the inventory box. There we go. What I had done yesterday when I started the game again was I got what I needed to get out of the locker that has the number you need to get, but I didn't get the gem there in the different locker. So that confirms then that if you choose to meet Carlos at the restaurant first, that gem doesn't appear on the dead body in the basement. It appears in the Raccoon Press office. But if you choose to go and meet Carlos there first, then it puts then I think it puts the jewel in the basement of the restaurant. Dr. Darling, you think you will delete Windows to make room for Red Dead 2? Probably have to delete Windows, and then you probably have to do a factory restart, and then you'll have to buy another hard drive, because it's a pretty hard game, isn't it? I mean, pretty big game, isn't it? Plan, is it? Sure is. It's all part of the plan, even the things that aren't. Interesting, so with these zombies here this time around, interesting to see what happens later with Thingamajig. It's locked from the other side. Emulator? What the hell? Ah. There we go, finally.
You're one of the survivors from the rescue team, right? I just ran into your teammate, Carlos.
How did a girl like you manage to survive?
Hey, I'm no ordinary civvy. I'm a member of STARS.
Stars? You mean the RPD Special Force Team?
Hey, is someone wounded back there?
Hey there, Extreme. Good morning.
Oh, this looks bad.
They're coming. Get ready! Fire! Fire! Stay together!
Calm down. You're safe now. Everything is gonna be okay.
No, don't come any closer. Stay away. So Jill, did you decide to help us out? It looks like we're the only ones who survived. We should work together.
No, we can't trust her.
Why? But Sergeant, we need her help. Our unit's down to you, me, and Lieutenant Mikhail. That's it. And Mikhail's hurt bad. If we don't cooperate, we won't be walking away from this mission.
Fine. Then let's go over our plan. We're moving to the clock tower area, which is the designated landing zone for the extraction chopper. Once we get there and give the signal, the chopper will fly in and pull us out.
That's a lot of ground to cover. I don't think we can make it on foot.
The main problem we have is that the landing zone is cut off from here by the fire. So we have no choice but to use this cable car to navigate through it. Fortunately, we can also use it as a moving shield to get us through the worst areas.
That works for me. Good plan, sir.
Okay, people, let's get moving.
Jill, put this on.
Alright, so this is stuff that in the first part of the playthrough was already seen, but I need to keep going because this is the save file where we meet Carlos at the gas station instead of Nikolai, which is what happened in part 1 of the stream / playthrough.
No!
Something which I didn't do in the first part of this playthrough, but I did by accident in this, was try to get the other bronze item without putting the book in to show what happens. So that was good that I did that. So now that I've got the bronze book, we can now get the bronze plate without the trap happening. Not that it's a trap that kills you, it just prevents you from moving out of the little area that it blocks you off in with the waterfall. Alright, so if I've done things right, when we get to the gas station, it should be Carlos this time, whereas in part 1 of the playthrough, I had it so that it was Nikolai, which was something that I didn't realize, so I had to not stream yesterday this game to work things out using my VOD, but also a guide, and then typing it up in a notepad so I could have it in a list that I can just quickly glance over instead of having to keep on clicking on the browser and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Actually, I just had a thought. Even though I've already shown it in the previous stream, it'd probably be good to show them side by side, or as close as possible side by side. So I'll make a save state there, and I'll just quickly double check to make sure that I've done it right.
Jill!
Excellent. Alright, so I've done it right. Now that I know that I've done it right, that's good. Alright, so this time I'm going to load up Game Save 3, and this is before I've made the choice that I made earlier in this stream to make sure that Carlos appears at the gas station. So now I'm going to make sure that it's Nikolai who's going to be at the gas station so I can show them in this stream side by side, whereas in the first stream I only showed the one where you see Nikolai. Just double checking to make sure that I'm going to choose the choice that actually has Nikolai appear at the gas station. Alright, so I think I know which choice to make sure that when I get back up at the gas station, that it'll be Nikolai we see at the gas station, instead of Carlos.
What's that?
Calm down, lady. I'm no zombie. My name's Carlos, Corporal of Umbrella's Biohazard Countermeasure Force. What's your name?
Jill, did you just say you belong to Umbrella's army?
Yeah, we came all the way out here to save you civilians. But the mission went bad the minute we landed.
Wait, how did he find me? This way. Wait, I have to ask you something.
I know. You want to ask me out? All the foxy ladies love my accent. It drives them crazy.
What? Keep dreaming. Tell me, why did Umbrella send your team in?
We're here to rescue the civilians.
Don't lie to me. Umbrella is the reason why this whole mess began.
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. Do you really think the master would tell his dogs why they have to retrieve the stick he just threw? If you want answers, you should talk to someone else. I am not with Umbrella. We'll have to finish this later. Believe it or not, we're only here to rescue the civilians. If you can trust me, then help us. Think about it.
Hey there, Lucas. Welcome on in. How's things going? Yeah, I ended up doing a different stream temporarily because I had an issue with doing this playthrough where I forgot that there was a choice that you make to make one character appear at the gas station versus another as well. So I had to actually make sure I could get that sorted off stream, which I did most of today before starting this one. But it's going well though, as well. And welcome on in, Garm. I don't know if you can understand English, but I don't actually speak any other language, so this is a English-only stream. Just got a thought now too that I might have actually fucked up that I don't do this to make Nikolai appear at the gas station. Alright, so let me have a look. Raccoon Press. This this happens if Jill visits this location before the restaurant. Jump out of the window. Ah, yeah. So that's what I did last time, was jump out the window. Alright. So what I'll do is reload that save state again, but this time I'll actually not do the restaurant one. We'll do the sales office instead. Then it's like a brain fry playthrough. It really is. That's why I've made sure, after my experience with finding out the hard way, that I missed how to make a different thing happen. Make sure not to have that happen again. Didn't mean to interact with that. There we go. Alright, so doing this way will ensure that it's Nikolai that appears at the gas station. That'll actually work out well if I can get that and show both again. Well, show one again and then show the other one for the first time. That'll work out well. I've already shown all the variations of meeting Carlos at the restaurant versus meeting him here, so I'm going to skip the cutscenes that play for this part. The only reason I'm doing this is so I can get Nikolai to appear at the gas station again. That way I can show that again, and then for the first time, but this time back to back, can actually show meeting Carlos at the gas station, which I already know I've secured on the other save state I've got. So I was using the game saving as well on top of the game state for the emulation, but I think it'll probably just be easier for the whole playthrough if I can keep track of just the save states. That'll save me getting into all sorts of trouble with misremembering and getting confused and wondering, did I do this or did I do that? Alright, so I want to jump out the window so I can ensure that Nikolai will be at the gas station.
It's him! Come on!
Ow, that killed! Just so you know, I'm not into that pain is pleasure thing, okay?
Just deal with it. That thing wants me dead. We've got to get out of here! Wait. I have to ask you something.
I know. You want to ask me out? All the foxy ladies love my accent. It drives them crazy.
I have to know. Why did Umbrella send you here?
Because we're on a civilian rescue mission.
Oh, you're full of it. They're the ones who caused all this in the first place.
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. Do you really think the master would tell his dogs why they have to retrieve the stick he just threw? Listen, if you want answers about Umbrella, you're asking the wrong guy. Believe it or not, we are here to rescue civilians. If you can trust me, join us. Think about it.
Would have been funny to add another reference to dogs for him to say, "You're barking up the wrong tree," to Jill. Alright. Save state 3 moving forward is going to be used as a placeholder sort of save state to use, so I'm safe to save it here. But I need to make sure that I don't save over save state 2, because the only reason I'm doing this, as I said, is to get Nikolai to appear at the gas station so I can show that again, but then back to back show that and Carlos being at the gas station. So now that we've met Carlos there instead of the restaurant, I think the gem will appear in the basement of the restaurant. I think. Might not. Hello, Dumbledore. How's things? There we go. See, now the green gem gets put here instead. If you do the restaurant meeting with Carlos and then you go down into the basement, Nemesis will flood the basement, which means this gem then gets put in the Raccoon Press office. But if you meet Carlos at the Raccoon City Press office first, then this green gem will be on this body in the restaurant in the basement. Oh, that's good, Dumbledore. Glad to hear that. I forgot, I'll need to go back to the police station again to get the gem. The other gem. Because initially this third save state, I began it when I did the game from the start, off stream, so I could set things up for this stream. And I forgot to get the gem. Right. So the reason I don't just reload save state 1, which is the save state that has Nikolai turning up at the gas station, is because I've saved it after that point, so I can't show it that way. So I need to do what I'm doing now. I am Lucas, yeah. I'm talking today. Unless I didn't have my microphone unmuted when I responded to you, sorry. But yeah, yesterday I had to stream something else because in this game I messed up with something that meant having to restart things. Alright, so need to go in here and get the gem. Oh, did you, Lucas? Well, that's fair enough too. Well, I hope you had a good rest. What did the termite say when he walked into the pub? Is the bartender here? Good one. Bars made out of wood. Termite. Very nice, Dr. Darling. Thanks so much for redeeming that. And with that, you're going away for keyboard for a few hours. That's all good. No worries at all. When I do what I want to do in this stream, I'll call it a stream for the first part of today, and then I'll come back later with another one. But I hope it all goes well. I'll see you in the next stream. Stand one save load, fuck up and boom, swear words frenzy. Oh, did that happen to you, Stan, did it? Yeah, that can be annoying when that goes on. Hey there, Senny, welcome on in, dude. How's things going this morning? I did, yeah. Yeah, there's a gas station in this game, and depending on your choice, whether you meet one of the characters at the restaurant or the press office will actually determine who you see at the gas station. So I've gotten up to the point where the character I didn't show at the gas station is going to be there. So I've got one save state on the emulator at that point, and I thought I may as well reload the save state I was using when I restarted the game from scratch, and actually make it so that the guy that appears at the gas station that I did in the previous stream actually appears, so I can do them side by side then, and then end the stream, and then come back later with another one. So I had to plot everything out and do a notepad and take note of all the different choices in the game and the variations of what can happen. And then I had to backtrack through my own VOD to work out which save state I used for which character had appeared at the gas station versus not, and cross-reference that, and yeah. So that took hours and hours and hours and hours to do, but I finally got that done. But yeah, I'm having a good day though, otherwise. These cutscenes, I won't let these play again. I'll skip these because they're not different to what we saw before.
You're one of the
No, don't come any closer. Stay away.
Crooked, gotcha. That sounds just slightly complicated, lol. Hopefully it all pans out like you want it to be. You're doing well this morning, just had your coffee and some bread, and now it's back to the grind. Oh, very good, Crooked. That's great. Glad to hear that you're going well. You had some coffee too. Very nice. Yeah, it was only complex because I didn't realize that there was that. Because I was just thinking about the choices in terms of the actual choices when it's like, either do this or do that in this moment. But it turns out there's more than just the final choice that has some bearing on how things go. A lot of the other choices just, make things happen a different way, but doesn't change who you meet and stuff. Lucas, you've been playing GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition lately. Oh, very nice. That's a great game, that one. Nah. Lucas, you grew up with the original, so that has a special place in your heart. Very nice. I remember when the game came out, it was very, very hyped. I was so happy when I got my copy of it. Lucas, it's still a great game despite being 20 years old. That's true. It's interesting as well, like, when you look at Vice City, and then San Andreas, with only a 2-year difference, they did so much with San Andreas that just elevates it above the things that they did in the previous game to that, with game mechanics and stuff. Alright, so we've got the battery. Now, to go to the gas station. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to show what this looks like again when Nikolai is here, just like in the first part of this stream, but this time around, because I've got the other save state and ensured that Carlos will appear at the gas station, I can show both of these back to back. Fuck, I didn't get the wrench. Shit. shit. Damn it, I didn't... Fucking hell. Ah. Nice one, Crooked. Nikolaus. Don't! Nikolaus. Don't do it. Why, Nikolaus? Cut to however many years later, Spartan law has to be followed. Look, it's absolutely the first GTA where you can actually fly, and the only GTA when you can drive the train. Stuff that, you know, these days seems pretty trivial, but back then it was a big leap. What I forgot to do is go to the other part of this where you speak to Carlos. Get the fuck out of my way, Cerberus. There we go. Stan, yes, the Wolf-Kissed of Sparta. Oh yeah. The legendary Wolf-Kissed of Sparta. Alright, so going here is what I forgot to do before. To trigger this cutscene. And now we skip that cutscene.
Jill, put this on.
And Jill gets this, and then we get the wrench. Alright, now I can actually open up the gas station. Yeah, just put this fucking dog out of its misery. There we go. I only need to get to the gas station on this save state. Doesn't matter if I don't have full health or if I've used up too much health or whatnot, because this save state that I'm using is going to be a placeholder one moving forward. But just in case, grab this, grab that. There we go. We need the wrench because when we use the crank breaks, and so to open the shutter after that point you need to use the wrench on the remains of the valve. Crank. Alright, so now save on save state 3. Okay, so just to recap, we're at the gas station now, and because we met Carlos at the Raccoon Press office and not at the restaurant, it means that because we jumped out the window of that building, we've ensured that it will be Nikolai at the gas station here. So I'm going to show this first, and then I'll reload the other save state where I've made it so that Carlos is going to be at the gas station. So to get Nikolai to be at the gas station, you need to go to the Raccoon Press building first, meet Carlos there for the first time, jump out the window, and then Nikolai will appear at the gas station later.
I'll check over there.
Nikolai!
Don't come any closer!
Mikhail, do you have some kind of death wish?
My people, they were wiped out by these monsters. I can't stop just because I'm wounded.
But can't you see those monsters are also the victims of Umbrella?
Are you accusing me of taking it out on them? You don't seem to understand something. We're not really involved with the company. There's no reason for any of us to take responsibility for this mess.
I know that. And right now, that's the only reason why I'm trying to cooperate with you.
Sorry. I feel so useless.
Don't. You fought hard and have the wounds to prove it.
But I'm still alive. My men aren't.
Don't think about that now. Just rest.
I could not save my men.
Alrighty then. So, that is showing Nikolai at the gas station. Now, reload the save state where it'll be Carlos this time at the gas station. So to get Carlos to appear at the gas station, what I did was, when it was time to meet Carlos, I went to the restaurant instead of the press office. And in the restaurant, I had the option to go down into the basement and went through the ventilation shaft.
Jill! Hey, the zombies are getting restless.
I know. I can hear them. What's going on?
Carlos is watching outside. So because Nikolai was in here, we didn't get a chance to explore this room. Because if Nikolai's here, then he triggers the explosion. Nothing special. Painting equipment is stored here. It is soaked with machine oil.
Jill!
What's wrong?
They're coming! They must have sniffed us out. They know we're here.
Hey, calm down.
Any objections to my playing hero this time?
What are you doing? Carlos!
Relax. I'm not dead yet.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. That hero stuff is harder than it looks. Ouch, my ears are ringing. We both should be deaf by now. Okay, I'm gonna scrounge up some equipment. There might not be any at our destination.
So there you go. If it's Carlos at the gas station, the explosion just happens the same way, except Nikolai's not involved.
Don't come any closer!
Mikhail, do you have some kind of death wish?
My people, they were wiped out by these monsters. I can't stop just because I'm wounded.
But can't you see those monsters are also the victims of Umbrella?
Are you accusing me of taking it out on them? You don't seem to understand something. We're not really involved with the company. There's no reason for any of us to take responsibility for this mess.
I know that. And right now, that's the only reason why I'm trying to cooperate with you.
Sorry. I feel so useless.
Don't. You fought hard and have the wounds to prove it.
But I'm still alive. My men aren't.
Don't think about that now. Just rest.
I could not save my men.
There we go. So because Carlos was at the gas station, when we returned to Mikhail, there was a different thing, although I'm starting to think now it's because I, on this save state, used the explosive barrel. So if you don't use the explosive barrel, then it changes what what Mikhail does there. If the barrel's there, he kicks it and it rolls towards the enemies, and then he shoots it to blow them up. If the barrel's not there, then he throws a grenade instead. So that was more of a difference because on this save state, I actually destroyed that barrel before this point. Whereas on the other save state, the barrel wasn't destroyed, so he used the barrel instead. Now what I want to do, because I think that when I had Carlos there in the gas station, he goes out first to deal with the zombies, and then I deal with the thing to get the murder oil, and then the explosion happens. So I wonder now what happens if you just go out straight away to see him once he leaves the gas station. So I'm going to reload that save and then redo. Wrong save state, need to load. Save state 2. Hey there, Spectrum. It's going good, thank you. Things are going well. How about yourself?
Jill!
So we've already seen that part.
Jill!
Now he'll go out to deal with
What's
the
wrong?
zombies. This time, though, I'll go outside and join him and see what happens as an alternative. Plus, I need to cover this music as well, I just realised.
Eat this! Ah!
Carlos! No!
Relax. I'm not dead yet.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. That hero stuff is harder than it looks. Okay, I'm gonna scrounge up some equipment. There might not be any at our destination.
Alright, so now I'll go back in here and then the explosion will happen once we get the oil again. That's good to hear, Spectrum. I'm glad that you're doing well. It is Spectrum, yeah, that is the DeLorean. Yeah, it was so funny to see that. Alright, so now I need to cover that music in that part with Carlos. Spectrum, you got to see the DeLorean from Back to the Future in real life. Oh, that would have been so cool to be able to do. That's awesome. Something
Jill.
else I'm doing for this playthrough is listening to the music on its own whenever I come across music I haven't heard in the playthrough
Hey,
yet.
the zombies
So
are
because
getting
I'm using
restless.
this option with Carlos at the gas station,
I know.
when all hell
I
breaks
can
loose
hear
with the
them.
zombies,
What's going on?
music plays that didn't play in part 1 of this playthrough. So I'm going to cover this music that plays if you have Carlos at the gas station versus not playing when you don't have him here at the gas station.
Jill!
What's wrong?
They're coming! They must have sniffed us out. They know we're here.
Hey, calm down.
Any objections to my playing hero this time?
What are you doing? Carlos!
There we go. This time I'll grab this because I'm going to make a save on the save state. Right, I'm going to skip this stuff because we've already seen it. Going to make it back to where Mikhail is before saving on this save state now that I've shown every variation of Carlos being at the gas station.
I feel so useless.
Don't.
I could not save my men.
Alright, save over, save state 2 now. Alright, so save state 1 will be the save state where Nikolai was at the gas station, and Carlos will be at the sales office later on in the story. Save state 2 will be the save state where Carlos was at the gas station, which then means Nikolai is at the sales office later instead. And now, to end the stream. But there will be another stream of this today. I'm going to be taking a break. So when I come back, I'll be continuing on from here, and during the break too, I'll work out what save state I want to play through with first, because what I'll have to do is I'll have to stagger things as I go along to make sure that I don't have to redo too much of the game between the point where Carlos was at the gas station and Nikolai is at the sales office on one save file versus the other save file where Nikolai was at the gas station and Carlos will be at the office. I don't want to, do all of the stuff on save state 1 until I get to the sales office and then be like, right, now I have to redo hours of work on the other save file to get to the sales office. What I want to do is make sure that I'm as close to the sales office as possible on both saves, and then that way I can showcase the differences between the two variations. But I will take a break for an hour and 30 minutes, and then I'll be back with more Resident Evil 3. Just want to thank everyone so much for watching this stream. I really appreciate it, and for those who can't make it to the next stream, that's completely fine. Definitely understandable. I'll be doing another stream of this today, and most likely it'll probably take me another 2 streams, I think. So Wednesday and Thursday as well. But we'll see how we go. Thanks everyone for watching. For those that will be back, I'll see you then. But for those who aren't able to, I hope that you have a good rest of your day, and catch you next time. See you later, Spectrum. Thanks for stopping in too. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Muchly appreciated. Would like to highly recommend people check out the following streamers: Crocodiles, who's doing a playthrough of Disco Elysium for his first time with that game, Mr. Gote, who is a player of games like Banish's Ghost of New Eden, and also Foxenheim, who is doing some Elden Ring. Definitely recommend checking out those streamers if you haven't before. Thanks again for watching everyone, and I'll be back in an hour and a half to continue the playthrough